Well, it's my day off, so you get a video of not pitch black and me driving around to work. Here's the thing, I understand the modern woman's struggle with men or males because one, they don't want to get used, they don't want their time wasted, they don't want to think, why am I going to invest getting myself dolled up, which me, I don't really care about if a woman gets dolled up to the T. Honestly, like that's the opposite of what I like. I don't want a woman that looks like a runway model or she's going to a beauty pageant or something. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the woman that takes like 3 hours to get ready. I don't mind they doing a little bit and definitely brushing their hair and looking presentable. That's cool. I like that. I don't want like messy hair and pajamas. Like, don't even care. But for a lot of women, they nowadays they're so into their looks because our society is so superficial and everything's about looks and status and money. Um, I think that I think that people are trying to, like Tinder, for example, the dating app Tinder. There's no judgment of character at all. It's only looks, and that's why Tinder is trash. If they had like a dating app where, um, and this would be a good idea for somebody, honestly, like where you can make a video and you can't skip the video. Well, you can skip it right after like kind of like an ad. Um, and that's another way. Okay, if they don't want to continue to watch the guy's video, they can just go to the ad. You know how you got the 15-second or 5 second ad on YouTube or whatever, and then you can skip it after 5 seconds. Maybe sometimes it's 30 seconds. Well, that's how a dating app should be. A guy on here talking, a female on here talking, and you cannot skip it. You have to wait. You have to either listen to what they have to say or whatever. That's what the dating app should be like. Because not only do you get like a looks um, judgment of it, but I mean, it's pretty much instantaneously left to right, like, and there's no, and I understand, looks plays a part definitely for both sides, especially for men, um, because like we have to get something to stand up in order to engage in extra activities. So we have to be aroused. Women, they don't. I mean, I guess we could take Viagra or whatever, but women, they don't. They just have to. There's different. They don't even like. There's prostitutes, so they though it doesn't matter how much you pay, and it doesn't matter if they're a low class prostitute or a high class prostitute. Where what with the low class one that's like $20 or something, or I don't know how. I never used one of those before, but or like 3 grand, or like some girl was selling her virginity years back for like $4 million. I don't know if she went through it, but these are, they don't require attraction to gain that money. Um, so like men are like we are more visual than women are. So I understand women's struggles, their apprehensiveness when it comes to engaging with males, and seeing the average male. I just think a lot of their expectations are way too high. I think that they watch too many movies. They think that Prince Charming is coming around the corner, which in actuality, like that's such a low it's such a low percentage to find for a woman to find a Prince Charming and him to stick with just her for the rest of his life or settle down with just her. It's a low percentage for them, but they still want to hold on to that, hold on to hope, and pass by all these guys or friend zone all these guys. Um, so I understand, and also not to mention that men are physically stronger than women. Oh, I'm sorry, YouTube, you're gonna just go ahead and delete my channel because I'm speaking the actual truth that most men are generally stronger than females when it comes to physicality. Um, that's why there's different requirements in the military for the average man or woman to pass. Because men have typically, because there are strong women, there's stronger women than me out there. I'm not gonna lie, but men tend to have higher, um, I think, upper body strength than women, and women seem to have to thrive lower body. If you just go to the gym, you can see it. Women aren't really usually jacked in the top, but they got the big fucking ass and thick thighs. That's like all they focus on pretty much, which I'm not attracted to brawny women, but anything like that. But so ripped up top, not cool for me. I don't like that. But anyway, so and the leadership of men have been so weak, and so why don't women like men nowadays? Typically, the average man is like weak leadership. They don't trust, and you have to follow through with what you say with women. You can't divert any of that. But like on the opposite side of the coin, a lot of these females don't want to be the nurturing to children. So like if you're out here trying to find a partner to marry or someone to have children with, they want to have their career. They want to put that kid in daycare. Well, who's going to be the nurturing? Then I guess you're stuck being the nurturer when it's um, traditionally the woman's. And I think that women are just better at nurturing than men are. And you don't have to take my word from it, but I've raised two kids on my own, so I've had to play both sides. I've had to go to work and work a masculine job, get dirty as hell, and then I come home and I usually I don't really cook too much when I get off. I'm just tired. I don't feel like doing it, but um, I clean in the house. I cook. I do cook. I do cook for my kids. I've taught them to cook. I've taught them to clean. So we're 100% self efficient too. We can protect ourselves, but that's where we're at. You know, females want to focus on their careers, and they want to ban their nurturing tendencies, and they don't want a family. They might think that they do, but their actions show different. When you focus, you know, I don't want to be oppressed by no man, but then like you're oppressed by your boss. We're all oppressed by somebody. I'm oppressed. Most people are oppressed unless you're even CEOs, the top dog of companies are oppressed, yeah, by their investors, like they're you know what I mean, or customers. So like there's everyone's oppressed in some type of, unless you're ultra rich and you got fuck you money, you could just really be like fuck you. I don't even need to work anymore. I don't need to have a business unless you're in that position. But most everybody has a boss, even if they are the boss. They have a boss in some type of aspect of life. Whether it's at home, whether they go to work, or they run a business. You know, like, okay, so this is why I don't want to run a business. This is because when you run a business, you're working 7 days a week, and you might be on call. You know, these CEOs that make all this money, well, they might be sleeping at 3 a.m. on a Saturday night, and they might have been having a good time because they think they have some leisure time, and while they're sleeping, you know, they're drinking or something like that, and then like they're sleeping, and a call comes from the manufacturing site where they are running the place. Oh, a big tragic thing happened. You know what I mean? And they got to get out of bed. They got to go down there, and they might be slightly inebriated. For somebody like me, I don't have to worry about that. If there's a tragedy at my work when I'm not there, you think they're gonna call up a regular worker and ask us to, to assess the situation or anything like that, or try to communicate, call family members of these people that perhaps lost their lives? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they have to do, or they have to they have to go with their investors. What, there's a big problem, and they have to take care of it on their own time, on their spare time. I value my time. When I have my free time, I don't want to be pulled somewhere else. So, like, there's oppression on every single type of front in this simulation. But the thing is, it's like, I don't think that there could be many factors of why men aren't as masculine as they were in the past. Definitely lack of testosterone. I think the male leadership has been absolutely brutal over the last 50, 60, 70 years. And we have evolved into this shit show. You can look at our inner cities. They are absolute hellholes. When 80 years ago, they were thriving. Why were they thriving back then? And I'm not saying that, like, we should go back to then, because I'm not racist. I don't like racist people. I mean, I don't care if you're racist against me. I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. If you're racist against somebody because of their skin color, I don't like you. I don't want to be around you. I think that you're stupid. And I also think that these people shouldn't be canceled either. As long as they're not hurting anybody. If they want to be ignorant and hold stupid old school beliefs, whatever, man. You do you. Just like if somebody wants to be progressive and they want to think that there's something else that they're not, like, they want to think that whatever. I can't get into that because whatever. So it's hard for both sexes when it comes to relationships and dating and all that. I think that a lot of females just want too much, and I think that males do too. I made a video, like, educational type of some humor, right? Some humor in there. It's a short, educational for women, educational for men, like on dating and all that. And guys have these, like, unrealistic expectations of females need to look like beauty pageant females, like, I might be a 4, but I deserve a Instagram model. I might, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't sustain that. I live in my parents' basement. Like, okay, why are women not attracted to men that live in their parents' basement? Well, typically because, like, if you don't even have your own life together, you're not living out on your own, why would she want to take your leadership? Do you think that she wants to live in your parents' basement? Fuck no. So that's why a lot of women are so obsessed when it comes to men having a job, being independent, having their own place. Because they don't want to live with their parents, man. They don't want to. And if you can't even survive on your own out here, how are you supposed to, like, take on a family? Like, that's like, besides, like, companionship and intimacy and like, just having a partner and kind of like a friend, like, because relationships evolve to friendships. I mean, pretty much everything does. Like, even being a parent goes into a friendship when they get to be old enough. Um, what was I going with that? They how are they supposed to respect your leadership? I mean, women want to look up to men when they want a leader, and if you don't have anything going on, you have to just understand it's the nature of the beast, and this is how females have always been. The problem with the way they are now is that they just have higher expectations, and most of it is like unrealistic. That's the problem now. It's completely out of whack, and it will come back. I'm telling you, it will come back down to everything will come back down to earth. This is not sustainable because a lot of these females are just staying single. They are helping inflate these housing prices because they're independent, so they're alone, and um they think that they're independent. They don't need no man, and men are and like a lot. Some females have this type of mindset where men are trash. They don't need them, but like we do most of the infrastructure, and of course, there's women that are truck drivers and um do dirty jobs. I work with females that do dirty jobs, like that work with me. However, I it's mostly men, so um you rely on men to do all the dirty work. So if men decide to, you know, stop being slaves, why I want to keep participating in a society that hates me, that looks down on me? What am I getting out of it? I might as well go live in a cabin in the woods, because at least I got some peace. At least I'm a slave, but I'm just a slave to myself. And you start seeing more and more men evacuate um society, you're gonna start seeing it crumble, and that's hopefully don't get to that point. Hopefully men just and it probably will get to that point before it'll get to the point where men stop giving women validation online and boosting their ego. That's another reason why women have these high standards, because they have like thousands and thousands of men just giving them validation all the time. Like you just go, you click on any attractive. She doesn't even have to be attractive, man. She could be like, she don't have to be like a 10. She don't have to be no damn Jessica Alba or um like a Vivica A. Fox in her heyday. She doesn't have to be like hotness. She could just be like an average girl. She could be like a 6. And all, not even a 6. She could be like a 4. And you see all these dudes just like inflating her ego, like saying, "Oh, hey, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're like." She don't have to do nothing to earn that, and it's so accessible to them, and these guys keep doing it. These simps keep doing it, and they will not like. Yeah, I've talked a lot of shit about awareness when it comes to women not evolving. They don't have to. They don't have to evolve at all because everything's still handed to them. Why would you have to change anything if things are gonna if you're not gonna have to be responsible for your actions? Well, if these dudes have some type of awareness and realize, man, I'm making myself look like a complete ass on the internet for everybody to see, and it's gonna be there forever unless I delete the comment. Um, and men stop doing this, then women won't get that validation. They won't get all those notifications no more to make them feel validated, like their self worth. It'll dry up, and then they'll be forced to have to look in the mirror. They'll have to look into like where's all the men? Like where are they at? They have to lower their standards. They have to work on themselves. developed motherly skills or wife skills or femininity, and realize maybe I'm not as independent and strong as I think I am, because I do rely on somebody to take my trash every week, or I do rely on the toilet, like usually men get in the toilet to flush, and water to flow, and energy to come to my house, and this and that, and food to come, be delivered to the stores, or food to be grown. I They do a lot, and I do respect them. You know, it's gonna take suffering though. It's gonna take but we're not there yet. I don't even know if we'll ever get there, but I would think at some point we would. Um, we're at the we're hearing about nuclear war, and still at this point, I mean, we just went through lockdowns. And it's honestly just getting worse. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just gonna I don't know what it'll keep getting worse too. Complete degeneracy where I I I don't know. Everything's just thrown out the window. Everything is completely thrown out the window. Um, I don't know. So yeah, when you don't have to struggle in life at all, like I've complained so much on here because I feel like I've been through a lot in my life, and it's like relentless. So I get annoyed, and I'm like, okay, I've been through enough, and can things start getting better now? I'm okay. Like, that's cool. Like, it's hardened me. It's made me a better person. That's cool, and I appreciate that. But I kind of want to enjoy life a little bit. Like, I still want to go through stuff that make me better, but I kind of want to enjoy things. I don't want just to, like I said yesterday in my video, the only thing I got to look forward to is death. I mean, I ain't got nothing to celebrate. All these people out here, oh, don't you like drink and go to the bar? Like, dude, there's nothing for me to celebrate. I mean, I guess I can celebrate that I had 400,000 views on one of my videos. That's pretty fucking cool. I mean, I can celebrate I wrote a fucking book and it's published, and I can celebrate that I got all these songs out there that are probably cringe and are not very well done and mixed and whatever, kind of rushed big time. Well, I do everything myself, but I mean, it's I could celebrate that, but it's not going as well as I wanted it to go. Um, so like that that won't be a hobby. It'll fund my life, so I don't have to worry about going to a 40-hour work week and just be a grunt for the rest of my life, which seems like, what's so weird too is like I was thinking like, yes, I lack some skills, but it just seems like when I complain, I don't mean to complain. But what it seems like in life is I feel like I got more potential, but it gets looked over completely. And the biggest frustration for me is I lack opportunity. Like Eminem, that one song, you get one chance, or I just feel like I never, even to be like, even for like the smallest like goals or dreams, like, oh, I just want to have somebody I can spend the rest of my life with, and we have a house or whatever. Like, nothing huge, just a regular, decent. Nope, can't even have that. Like, every single dream is like, so for me, it's like, okay, I'm keep going. I'm not gonna do nothing to hurt myself, and maybe somebody can relate, and I don't mind helping other people out. But until my body breaks down and I pass away naturally, or somebody decides, or something horrific, accident or something, like, I'm not gonna self delete. I'm not. I want to go on to something better from whatever this life is. I don't want to go through all the bullshit I went through in this life and go to something way fucking worse. I've already been through enough, and I've learned a lot. I've developed a lot of patience. And that's what I'm talking about. And for men, you don't have opportunity like females. Um, because nobody gives a shit. And things happen to you quicker, and you'll fall through the cracks, and you have to lift yourself up, or else you will become the lowest of the low to society. And even though someone like me is the lowest of the lowest society, and I do this dirty work, I still pay my bills. I still buy groceries. I still have to survive. I still am a father. um Females just don't have to. If they sleep with the wrong guy, then they have that to work. Like, he doesn't ever talk to her again. If they deal with a situation like that, um, they give it up to it. That's what they have to worry about. Giving it up too easy, giving it up too quick, and or being with the wrong guy, or worrying about if this guy's gonna harm her some type of physical way, or her heart. That's all they have to really worry about. That's the only thing that life really throws at them, and they have to deal with. But it just seems like they don't really self-reflect like what they did wrong. It's like always the dude's fault. It's always, which I understand that he's a fucking leader, but in a relationship it takes two. So if you're ignoring shit from somebody that's red flags, that's on you too. Like, you should see, you should get to know somebody. You shouldn't just lay down with somebody right off the bat. Well, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But there's consequences, and you know. But yeah, my battery's about to run out.